What's good, people? It's Oakdale Boonce, representing Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I'm rocking with the industry's most wanted.
From the game, his daddy was a pimp. The Audi Cole work might see your girl up in his bitch. Oakdale run the game, the fiends gon' run their shoes. 24 hours, 7 days, the block consumed. Kingpin ain't for you, that shit is what he bleed. Take his time and watch his step with a planted seed. Let's hit the spot tonight.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live. Where we at?
Industries.
Big Industries most wanted, not the little one.
Wanted.
I heard we got Grand Rapids checking in. Oakdale Boonce in the building. What's going on, family?
Absolutely. All
Appreciate
is
you
well.
being here.
I appreciate you sharing your platform.
Man, absolutely. We got a lot to talk about. You got a beautiful book with you today. So, go ahead and kind of give us a rundown of what Oakdale Boonce represents.
Well, Oakdale itself is a neighborhood out of Grand Rapids, Michigan that I was born and raised in. You have, it was Evergreen, Oakdale, and Adams. That's a district that I was raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I go, Oakdale Boonce. And Boonce has been my name ever since I was a little kid around the neighborhood.
I know that's right, definitely. And you're here today because you have a book that we are going to just dive right on into and talk about. So I want to say I appreciate you being here today and allowing us to present it on our platform.
And I want to thank you for sharing your platform with me. I think this is a real fly platform, and it's a pleasure meeting you, finally getting a chance to meet you. I see you all around social media, so to sit here with you in person is a pleasure.
Listen, I appreciate that. And what I love about you being here today is because oftentimes I get people who think I only interview music artists. And I'm like, no, I interview anybody that's working. If you on your grind, you working, come talk about it. So thank you for being here as an author. Definitely. Let's just dive right in. Grand Rapids, Michigan. You were born and raised there?
Yeah. Yep.
Take us back to your childhood, to Lil Boonce, you know what I'm saying?
Lil Boonce. As a youngster, it's in the book. I was exposed to what we call the game from birth. So I was born into a situation where I saw a lot of things at a young age that I may have shouldn't, but it made me who I am today.
Absolutely. I believe that we have choices. We can either stay in a certain environment or we can look to leave that environment. When we're a child, oftentimes we don't have that choice because we're a kid. As an adult, you're out here in Atlanta now, which we're going to talk about that too. But everything that you go through in your life makes you the man you are today.
Absolutely.
Looking back in hindsight, is there anything at all, if you say, I could change this, tweak this, would you, or would you leave it exactly the way it was? To
be honest with you, I would leave it exactly the way it was.
Yeah.
Because I was given so much knowledge and game at a young age that I didn't dodge everything, but I dodged a lot just having game, being advanced and more advanced than my peers. Understood.
Absolutely. Did you find yourself as a youngin' being around some of the OGs that were putting that wisdom in you?
Yeah, I was they were my family members, my uncles and my father. My aunts didn't too much play a part in the game, but my uncles and my father, I was around them all the time until many of them went and did lengthy prison terms, which left me in the street. And like I said, I still had family that was there in support of me, but I pretty much came and went as I pleased. I really never had anything to answer to or anyone to answer to. Understood. But look at you now. Oh, God is good. God is good all the time. Absolutely.
100%. When you were little, and we'll say maybe before the age of 10 or around 10, what did you aspire to be when you grew up?
I just wanted to be something.
Yeah.
Like I say, I come up under good stock. I come from good cloth.
Yes.
So it was just being successful. I pretty much been a merchant my entire life.
Yeah.
The trade for the dollar, whatever product it may be, whether it be a book. Back then it was a different product, but today we move clothing, cigars, books. I have a company, GorillaGrind.com, which is an apparel, which is a luxury lifestyle brand.
Okay. You came in here looking fly today, so I can tell you like that luxury lifestyle.
Well, I truly appreciate
Got the nice
you.
button-down shirt on.
Yeah, this is from our collection, the Gorilla Grind collection.
I figured as much because
Yeah.
I seen the logo on there, and I absolutely love the logo placement on there. Who comes up with the designs? Is that you and your team?
Yeah, we have a team. I have two sons, Poppy Khan, Danky Duxter, which are also artists.
Okay. Are they out here in the Atlanta market?
We have one in Atlanta. Poppy Khan's down in Atlanta. Danky Duxter's still up in Michigan.
Okay.
And again, you can find their music. We also founded a music website where you can watch music videos, listen to music, short films, and that's heavygame.biz. And that's been in existence for a while now.
Wow. Let me ask you, since you mentioned it, heavygame.biz, how do people get placements on the website?
Well, it's they can reach through the online email. They can sign up for the email list, and my sons would take care of that. I'm not sure their process of who they would choose or how they would choose
Understood.
it, but they do placements on the site.
That is dope, and I appreciate you and your sons for putting a platform together like that, because the more platforms that are out there, the more exposure that music artists can get, maybe film directors or whatever it is that they get placed on the website. They need those type of platforms. So, thank you and your sons, definitely. And I would love to meet your sons at some point in time as well.
Absolutely.
I definitely got to check out their music.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
100%. When you were young, did you find yourself writing like poetry or maybe short stories or anything like that?
Yeah, I've always been a writer. Back in the day, we used to do talent shows, so I used to rap and do all that, So yeah, I've always been a writer, always been creative, and a thinker and a dreamer my entire life.
As you should. As you should. Listen, I'm big on manifestation. Do you believe in manifestation?
I bear witness to it.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it.
You've
I know it to
witnessed
be true. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Because you're a walking testimony of it.
Yes.
Definitely. Absolutely. What were you writing about in your younger years when you first started writing? Take us back.
Back then it was a variety of things, things that I had witnessed young, and then things that I aspired to, and some of it came from the readings of Malcolm X and, different things. So I was kind of a broad writer. I wrote on many topics coming up as a youngster.
Absolutely. And that's what inspired you to your book, which we're not going to get into just yet because we got some more stuff to talk about, but that's what led you to writing your own book?
Well, the book itself came from an ideal of individuals that had witnessed us, in different cities.
Yes.
Even family members thought that it would be a good idea for us to do a movie based on our experience of that lifestyle. So in the process of writing the script to the movie, I'm rereading it, and then I say, damn, this is the book.
Yeah.
Let's do the book first. Then we'll follow up with the movie. Because, with the movie, you have to get your characters. It's a little more work in getting a movie together than it is you sitting down and by yourself one-on-one and writing out a book.
Makes sense. And I think that's the protocol. What most people do is they write the book first and then they do a spinoff and create a film about it. And I feel like if you're going to watch a movie that there is a book written about, read the book first. If you can, if you're a reader, some people don't enjoy it. Do you have an audio version available?
Not an audio version yet, but I go back to my sons. They did a soundtrack to the book that's available at thebookofboonce.com or heavygame.biz. It was Danky Duxter, Poppy Khan, and then I had two nephews who blessed me with the song as well. That'll be 742 Kane and Stack Up.
I love it.
Yeah,
they all got some dope names too.
Oh, they're dope.
They fire, right?
I'm not saying just because I know them.
Of course, no, absolutely.
Yep.
You know that they dope at what they do.
Yeah, they are.
Give them their flowers.
Absolutely.
That's important. Absolutely. Do you think that you'll do an audiobook version at some point in time?
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Because people like me, I be on the move. I listen to audiobooks or podcasts when I'm driving, when I go for a walk. So definitely, I read the books too. Now, don't get it twisted. But, when I'm on the move, I like to listen to the audio version.
Yes, ma'am.
That is super, super dope. So you've been professionally, writing and doing what you're doing for 20 plus years. for a long, long time. What's keeping you motivated to keep doing it, you know, and having that drive and that love for you writing?
I think that's just something that's in me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not work. It's something that when you love to do something, it's easy to do.
Yes.
You don't even have to think twice about it. It's just anything. Then again, I always say this, that from a male perspective, there's not a better orgasm than it is taking a liquid thought out of your brain and then having it brought to fruition in front of your face. There's nothing that can compare to that feeling.
Absolutely. That level of pleasure that you get from it is unmatched. And that's that grown man talk. Let me just say, that's that grown man talk, because, you know, no shade, but some of these youngins feel like you can only get pleasure from a sexual experience, which is so untrue. As we get older, we realize that's not on the forefront anymore. It's kind of back here, and there's so many other things that come before it. For you, writing is that for you. Mm-hmm. Is it a form of like mental therapy for you as well? Just like really, you know, because we all need some form of therapy in our life.
Now, I have to be honest that writing this book was total therapy. It was very therapeutic for me. It did. I visited things in my childhood that I thought I forgot. You know what I mean? Like, so, like I say, it's older women who had taken advantage of me when I was younger. But that's in the book too. Wow. You know what I'm saying? But as a youngster, coming up under the bulls that I come up under, I thought it was, you know, a manly thing to do. Yeah, this is what a man does. You know what I mean? But as you think about it, nah, the older ladies had taken advantage of you.
Wow, it's not right. Exactly. Yeah. And you know what? I think that we all in life go through traumas, some more detrimental than others, whether it be someone sexually taking advantage of you or abuse. You know, there's just different things that people experience in their childhood. And those are traumas that we can carry into our adulthood. We tuck them away somewhere, but it's always there. And I feel like as an adult, the main thing that we need to do to be able to cope with it is to talk about it, write about it. And that's what you've done. How long was the Book of Boonce in the works?
The Book of Boonce probably was birthed about 3 years ago. Like I said, we've been in the process of writing the movie probably since 16.
Wow.
But every time I go back to edit or play with the movie, I said, damn, because I enjoyed to read personally. So I said, damn, let's publish a book first. So that's when it birthed. Maybe three years ago, the idea of publishing a book birthed, and then I started formatting for a book.
Yes, absolutely. What is in the book, content wise, is since birth, probably your entire life, everything you've experienced.
Now this is volume 1. Yes, it starts at my birth, at the hospital that I was born at in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and it leads up, and it's this volume 1 will end when I was shot. So it'll go from there until the day I was shot, and that'll be volume 1.
So without giving us too much, because we obviously want to encourage people to purchase the book and read it, understand your journey, because I think books like this, what they do is they help other people, because we all go through similar things in life. Some things might be the exact scenario, and we need to know that we're not alone. You're not the only one that's been through that, and I'm grateful for you being transparent and writing this book and sharing your journey. At what age were you shot?
That's a good question. I was in my 20s. Yeah, probably 25, 23, somewhere in there.
And by the grace of God, you're here to be able to talk about it.
Yes.
How did that change your life, your outlook on life?
It took time to change it.
Yeah.
What really changed it at that time, because I had got married at an early age.
Yeah.
You know, even before I was even old enough to drink legally.
Yeah.
So I thought about how it affected my family.
Yeah.
At the time, I had 2 children and a wife. And the place that I was shot at was at my house. So I thought about, I could have easily come home and walked in. They could have easily went to my house, and I could have came in and everyone cooked.
Exactly. It could have been your whole family.
Right. So that's that kind of woke me up, and that was just probably the straw that broke the camel's back, because prior to that, my family had experienced a raid. So my children, you know, my new born baby girl, you know, they had handcuffed my wife to the front, and they, you know, and all this stuff was happening because of me. So a lot of times we're knee deep, we're intoxicated with this life, this power, and we're not realizing how we're affecting everyone else that's connected to us. All those tentacles that's connected to us, we don't realize it until something tragic happens.
That is absolute facts. Like, oftentimes we get put in those positions, like you said, we don't realize how much of an impact it can have on the people around us by our own actions. One of the things I'm prolific about talking about is being proactive rather than reactive. I talk about it all the time. I'm very calculated. I think about all my moves before I make them, because I've been around people who, my sister, God rest her soul, she passed, but she always made bad decisions, winded up incarcerated, in bad positions. And I said, I never want to be like that. What do I need to do? I need to think about my moves before I make them, because like you said, it doesn't just impact you, it impacts your wife and your kids and your other family members. We learn from that, though. It becomes a big lesson.
Absolutely.
A big lesson.
Absolutely.
And God said, you know what? I'm not done with you yet. We're going to get through this.
No.
Because you hadn't fulfilled your purpose yet.
That's right. That's right.
Man.
And I had a grandmother that played a major role of raising me. You know what I mean? And I'll credit her prayers for me being able to sit here today. You know, because it could easily ended up anyway for me. You know, like I said, when I was younger, my old man went to the penitentiary at a young age.
Yeah.
And then my mother, addiction have taken many of our parents and family members, just like you said,
Yes.
for a period of time.
Yes.
You know, but again, all praises due to God that my mother has found her way back, you know, and she's back on track. And I thank God for the space she's in today.
Praise God, man. That is so beautiful.
Yes.
That is a shout out to her too, you know, because God obviously led her in the better direction, but she had to make that decision to do it as well. What's your mother's name?
She go by the name Dean the Queen. Dean the
Queen. Shout out to you, my love, because that is such a blessing and something to be so proud of. Mm-hmm. Definitely. And shout out to your grandmother too. There's something about grandmothers that is so special, isn't it?
Oh man, thank God for grandmothers.
Yes.
I mean, really, like they lay down their life for you.
They do.
You know, because I always say, we joke about it today. I joke about it that, see, my grandmother was a beautiful, you know, high yellow woman.
Yeah.
And she could have easily found her a date and went on across the country.
I know that's right.
Easily. But she laid her life down on the line for her for her grandchildren.
Man.
You know what I mean? And I credit a lot to my entire family. I come from good cloth. I come from good family.
Yeah.
You know, my aunts and uncles, man, they all played a part in raising me up.
Absolutely. And that's what we have to pay homage to them. And I think oftentimes when we're kids, we don't realize how influential in a good way they are on us until we get older and you're like, oh, I remember Unc said this, or my aunt said this, or did this. Man, thank you. Thank you for putting them in my life.
Yes.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
That is beautiful. So the book has been in the works for 3 years. You started. Where for people out there who aspire to write a book and don't know where to start, besides just doing it, where do people start?
Well, I think the key word would be discipline.
Yeah.
Because you have to take out time out your day.
Yes. To
sit down and write. You had to take out time your day and put that new pipe down. You know, that phone. I refer to that as the new pipe.
Yeah.
Because everybody's smoking everywhere you go. They got that thing up and they're blowing on it.
They're addicted to it.
Absolutely. So you got to step away from those things and really get back into your space and write. And we're in a beautiful time in life to where there's no doorkeepers or nothing anymore.
Yes.
This thing is wide open. So it's really up to you. It's really up to you on what you want to do and how far you want to take yourself.
Yeah. When you sit down and write, do you put pen to paper or are you typing?
Both.
A little bit of both. Understood.
Both. both, because I love the written word. You know what I mean? To me, there's nothing more powerful than the written word. So I do prefer to write then and then type.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Because again, I think that writing portion is a form of therapy. You're able to you're physically doing something, pour out those emotions. Mm-hmm. And I commend you for that, because, you know, a lot of, like, I talk to a lot of music artists, and some of them have never written. Some of them do, but a lot of the younger ones, they type it on their phone, or they just get in the studio and kind of punch in or freestyle. And I'll encourage them, try writing one time and see how it makes you feel.
But and I'm not really want to sound superstitious or anything like that. But one thing that I've witnessed is that you have to be careful in writing.
Yeah.
Writing, like we're talking manifestation, you have to be careful in your writing and to put it out into the universe. You have to be careful with that. I like to put that out there. I always say it to my youngins, you know.
You are absolutely right, because a lot of times what you think in our head, it doesn't even have to be spoken or written. If we think it in our head or we physically write it, it can come to fruition. Or it could wind up putting you in a bad situation. A lot of what these artists are talking about in their music, if they get caught up in a situation, they're using it against these artists. Mm-hmm. So be mindful of what you're putting out to the world, because it can come back to haunt you. Mm-hmm. I agree.
And just to piggyback off of what you just said, I think that's wrong too.
I agree.
They shouldn't be able to.
I agree with that, because you and I understand your sons are music artists, and I work with music artists every day. A lot of times what they talk about is not even truthful. It's just something that maybe they've experienced or witnessed. It's not something that they're physically doing. Or if they are physically doing it, they shouldn't be able to hold that against them. That's their music. It's totally separate than what's going on.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And on that note, I'm so glad. Shout out to Thug, who just got out. You know what I'm saying? And got a second chance to be able to. Lucci about to get out too, man. He gonna be out in January, so y'all stay tuned for it. Definitely. Let's talk a little bit about your record label. Did you develop your record label with your sons in mind?
No, that started probably before, my oldest probably was a little baby or a young guy. Yeah, we did that with my cousins. Me and my cousins, we did that. We formed that. We used to go around, like I say, and perform and sell CDs out of the trunk and, you know, all that stuff back in the day. Yeah.
The good old days.
Yeah, back in the day.
The good old days. Boy, I miss that era. Yeah. Like, I feel like if I could take myself and know what I know now, but go back and live in the 90s, I would. I just love that time.
Fly time.
It was so fly.
Yes, it was.
It was so fly. Like I said, I got to come up here and experience Freaknik, the real Freaknik. Definitely. So is the label now still in existence?
Yes, yes.
What is the name of it?
It's Heavy Game.
Oh, it's Heavy Game, just like the website.
Yep.
Got you.
HeavyGame.biz, yeah.
Who is signed to your label currently?
Currently signed. We only do one song deals.
Okay.
So we have Sugar B, Danky Duckster, Poppy Khan, Towns Boy Hot. There's quite a few of them on there.
No, that is a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a few artists that when you go on there, you'll be able to listen to quite a few of them. From, we don't call it R&B, we call it rhythm and game. You know, so we because they're game spitters. They're not rappers. They're not hip hop artists. They're game spitters. My son spit game, and everyone that comes to us, you know, you had to spit some game for us.
I love that. I love that you really just developed your own genre per se. So you do single distribution deals?
Yeah, we'll do a single song. And if you like working with us, and if it goes well, we'll keep going with you. My sons are more than lovely to work with you if it goes well. But you know, a lot of times it's not your talent really. It's that grind, you know, and we're grind. Like I say, the brand is guerrilla grind.
I know that's
You know what I mean? So that's for the upper echelons of those that are out here getting to it, you know, AKA no hashtag, you know what I mean? No handouts.
No, facts.
Hashtags, you got, you know, go getters only. So yeah, that's, if you're a grinder and you're not scared to get dirty, HeavyGame.biz, maybe a good spot for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I feel like I don't like to throw shade, but I like to give gems. And one thing a lot of artists, young or maybe even older, fall into is if they get into a situation where maybe they start working with you, they feel like, well, now I can back off and they're going to do the work for me. No, you need to probably even work harder to prove that you're worthy of being a part of that situation. It's an expensive business.
Absolutely.
Cost money, it costs time. The grind has to be impeccable. 100%. So like you said, if you're going to move on and work with them on a second song, it has to make sense. Every move, it's a business. This is your business.
Yes.
It has to make sense for you.
Yes.
100%. What type of, like you said, your son is a spitter. You know what I'm saying? He be talking that real ish. When an artist wants to come work with you, like musically, what are you looking and listening for?
Honestly, I'm really not looking or listening for nothing.
Yeah.
Because again, this is a day where you can create your own community.
Yeah.
I may listen to something, say, hey man, I can't do that.
Right.
But then you have, and like I said, you can figure you get 2,000 people and they're willing to spend $100 a piece in 12 months with you.
Right.
You're making a good living. You're better than the average American. You're you're in that top percent of Americans.
Right.
And that's just only 2,000 people that's willing to spend $100 in a 12-month span with you.
And it's totally, totally obtainable. I feel like a lot of times people, not just artists, but people sell themselves short. Somebody might say, oh, that's crazy. I'm not going to pay you $100 for that. But there's people out there say, man, boom, here you go. Shoot your shot. Put it out there. And whatever your price is your price. People are going to come shop with you. Trust and believe that. So I love the fact that you're putting that out as a scenario, because what one person may not like, a million others will.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. And you could break that $100 up. What is that, like eight something dollars a month?
Yeah.
You could break that up for 12 months for 2,000 people. They don't have to spend that whole 100 up with you up front.
That's right.
But if you could come out with a product that have 2,000 people that's into what you do,
Yes.
hey man, it's $200,000 a year.
No, that's facts. That's a good paycheck. That's a great
That's
paycheck.
better. I mean, we can get on here and we can talk this and we can talk that, but the data shows that that's a small percentage of Americans.
Yes. No, you're right.
We can act like we have it, but that's a small percentage of Americans that's earning that type of money. So a lot, like I gave this game to my sons a long time ago, but it's not, you're not really looking to, if you become worldwide known, fine.
Yes.
But what you want to do is create you a community of people that love you. And that's it. That's all you need. If you're making $250,000 a year, doing what you love to do, you've made it.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. Absolutely, because that big fame, nothing against it, it's for some people, but it's not for everybody. And I would feel like that it could become stressful because you can't even go to the grocery store without people mobbing you and wanting photos and wanting this, wanting that. I don't really want that. I'd rather have a peaceful lifestyle. Maybe I'm not making as much money, but my life, I got a peace of mind. But that's for me. Again, it's not for everybody.
But see, that's the thing. Again, I'm glad I come from good cloth, because that's the thing about it. We're in it to make money.
Yes.
I'm not in it to be known.
That's right.
Now, being known come from me getting this money, different ball game.
Right.
I don't mind it. I could deal with it.
Yeah.
I've dealt with it from a young age, going city to city. My name was known in different cities.
Yeah.
So I was fine with that. But the major thing about this is we're getting into it to make a living.
Yes.
Means.
Yes.
So if I'm not making means and everybody knows me, I'm failing.
You're failing because you're not able to take care of yourself or your family.
That's right.
100%. Tell us a little bit more about your lifestyle brand, Go Rela Grinds.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit more, like what all you have available. Like the shirt you have on today is fabulous. I love it. What all do you have within the brand?
We have the clothing, hoodies, sweatshirts, plenty of paraphernalia. We have the wristbands. We also sell a luxury premium cigar that does well. And again, once you wear it, you're letting people know that you're in that upper echelon of go-getters.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Whether it's a 9 to 5, you can do a 9 to 5, but you're not just doing a 9 to 5. You're doing a 9 to 5 with an end goal.
Yes.
That separates you from the average hustler.
Right.
So you have a plan. So go-getters, the go-getter, the guerrilla grind is just a lifestyle of those that are focused, those that have goals, and those that have visions, and they're working toward that, whatever it is. So when you put it on, people recognize it and they know, oh, damn. Yeah,
you look sharp.
Yeah, he or she.
Right.
He or she. Yeah, they're serious. Yeah, because everybody can't wear it.
That is facts.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The shirt that you have on in particular, do you have different colors in that one?
Yes. This one won't be available on the website. There were only 10 of these made, and they sell out. So we don't saturate our brand like
I love
that.
it.
You get a few things. We'll do a few, sometimes some one-of-ones.
Yeah.
And that way, again, you keep that prestige about yourself. And it makes you feel different because you're going somewhere and everybody not wearing what you're wearing.
That is facts. It's very exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're not going to walk in a room and 10 other people got the same shirt on as you.
Nah, and that's what's going to separate you.
Absolutely. Let's dive back into this book. I want to pick one up right now. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, I just want to say that whoever helped you put this together, did you hire a publishing company?
No, like I say, I'm an independent person.
You did everything yourself?
Yes.
The quality, first of all, is amazing.
I appreciate it.
Love the quality because, like I said earlier, I'm big on aesthetics. If you pick up a book and it's, the cover is not like this is that thick, nice cover, texture is glossy. All that stuff is going to intrigue someone to even pick it up in the first place. Mm-hmm. Man, let me look at this book. Let me see it. It looks nice. Mm-hmm. How did you come up with the concept? Because I love the pictures you have on there. How did you come up with the concept for the covers? Let's talk about that first.
Just trying to give them a feel of what's inside.
Yes.
I know that we say a lot of times we can't judge a book by its cover, but I wanted an individual to be able to do that with this book, to look at it and say, you can tell that it's a 90s era.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have put and I did. I'm just realizing I did put a younger 70s. Where my OGs, I'm standing in the middle of my OGs, and they had me suited and booted like them. And yeah, so you get a piece, you'll see what's in it. It's from a little young boy that raises up to be a young man.
Yes. So when somebody picks this book up for the first time, like you said, this starts from birth until when you get shot. Mm-hmm. With them, obviously there's going to be more volumes of it coming soon, right? Mm-hmm. When they read this first read right here, what do you really want them to take from it?
Whatever they receive.
Yeah.
Like I say, many have read it, and the thing that really touches me the most is that there's young cats who have read it that probably wouldn't have read a book.
Right.
And they've read it from cover to cover, and many of them have responded to it. And if you go to the bookofboonce.com, you'll see many of the comments about the book, but many young cats have read it from cover to cover, and they said I usually wouldn't have read a book. So that right there means a lot, and it's a lot of game in it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of game. I'm quoting my grandmother, I'm quoting my uncles, I'm quoting my aunts. So you're getting a lot of game out of the book that could help even a person that's late in life maybe be able to switch some things up in their strategy of life.
Listen, I love that because I love quoting my OGs and my elders because they have so much wisdom.
Man.
Like my business partner, he's 12 or 13 years older than me, and shout out to OG Bigger Rankin. He drops so much wisdom and gem that I quote him all the time because it makes sense. Mm-hmm. That's what people are going to get from this book, amongst other things. Let me ask you this. I know you've been working on the film. Are you going to put out more of the books before the film releases?
That's a good question. We don't quite know yet because the film, the characters are being filled now.
Yes.
We're getting characters together now. Volume 2 probably will definitely be out.
Okay.
But the readings, I think we'll keep moving forward with the readings because there's other characters outside of Oakdale Boonce.
Got you.
Like we're all family.
Yeah.
First cousins. our mothers and fathers are brothers and sisters, and we come up like brothers, and we all have a story.
Yes.
You know, and we've been to the trenches together.
Right.
Like I say, I have an uncle that I mentioned in the book, Shane. He died in the penitentiary. He was sentenced to 35 to 65, and ended up dying in the penitentiary.
Man.
But he gave me so much game in life, you know, business. I mean, like I say, I come up on the individual that we say street, but these men were very intelligent men. Could have easily been COOs or CEOs of Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
You know, book smart, self-taught book smart, you know. And it was, like I said, it was a blessing to come up under those individuals. And they did stress. That's something that my family stressed was education.
Absolutely.
Whether it was self-education or going to school, preferably go to school, but if not, you had to read a book.
Yes.
Around them.
Absolutely, because oftentimes what's in them books isn't taught to us in school. That's where we're going to get a lot of our knowledge and our wisdom from, is picking up a book and reading it.
That's right.
100%. The film itself, is it going to be a full-length film? Or are you working on maybe a short film and having kind of episodes per se, or is that still kind of in the works?
I believe we're going to lean more toward episodes.
Okay.
Like a series.
Yes. Right. Because that's what a lot of people are doing now.
Yes.
It's, to me, is a little bit easier of a watch, and it builds up that anticipation. I love watching series because I can 35 to maybe 40 minutes watch one. Okay, boom. Now I can go about my business and come back to the next one. Those are becoming very popular. So I think that's a great idea.
And not, and it's, people are, you know, like to watch those short things. And on the monetizing aspect of things, it's like taking that whole brick and chopping it up.
Absolutely.
And serving it and getting the most you can out of it.
Make it make sense.
Absolutely.
Are you filming it in Grand Rapids, or are you filming it here, or a little bit of both?
Majority of going to be in Grand Rapids, but we'll eventually have to bring some of it here. I came here in 2015, so yeah, I would definitely have to do that, just so when I add the younger, my youngins in it. Yeah, we'll do it down here.
What brought you to Atlanta?
Weather.
Yeah.
Weather. Yeah.
That was an easy.
Yeah. I had, like I say, I had raised my children are grown. I had raised my children, and it was either here or Arizona.
Arizona's beautiful too now.
Yeah, but I had no regrets, man. I love Atlanta.
I do too.
I love Atlanta. I don't think I don't think there's anywhere else like that has this type of aura.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Like I told you, I came out here with my homegirl back in the 90s. We came for 2 years in a row for Freaknik. I said to myself back then, I'm going to live there one day, because I just loved the culture, everything about it. And I was like, I'm going to live there one day. I don't know when it's going to happen. And soon as my son graduated high school, literally within a couple months, I moved up here, because that was my main thing. I was a single mom. I said, let me make sure he's good. He graduated high school and went to the military. Boom, I packed my bags. I said, I'm coming to ATL. I love it here. I love it here. Do you feel like moving to Atlanta has enhanced what you already had going on business-wise?
I would have to admit, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like you said, the culture does. Because to be honest with you, when I originally came down, I was just going to chill.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
And then when something's in you, it's in you. And I got down here, and my son came down. My youngest son came down first, and then my oldest. And then we hit the studio. We hit Patchwork one time, and I went in there, man, and got intoxicated by the plaques. I saw those plaques and all that, and I said, damn, And then we just picked it up from there.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what happens is you get into certain places like that, like a Patchwork, which is historically known here in Atlanta. It inspires you. It drives you. It gives you motivation. It's important that we put ourselves in places like that, and to be able to get that motivation, because we all have times where we're like, we feel a little down, or we're not motivated today, or we get out of our creative space. When you put yourself in positions like that, like every time I come here, I spark back up. This is my element. You know what I'm saying? We have to do that as a human being. We're humans. We all go through that. So approximately Do you have a time frame of when we can expect the premiere of the film, or is that something that's still in the works?
That's probably going to be late, either early 26 or late 25.
Okay. So about another year-ish, year and some change perhaps.
Yeah.
So that's still fairly, because you're still, like you said, you're still probably casting, especially if you're going to do it as a series.
Yes.
You may need to bring different characters in throughout your journey of doing it. I love that for you. Absolutely. Tell everybody where they can purchase the book.
You can get an author signed edition at thebookofboonce.com. And I would encourage you to go there. I've been getting a lot of feedback that Barnes & Noble and Amazon have been selling out. Like I checked this morning, they were out of stock. So
That's a good thing.
absolutely. Like I say, God is good. So if you don't want to wait on it, you can still order it from Amazon or Barnes & Noble. But if you don't want to wait on it, you can go to bookofboonce.com.
Did you have like an official signing party for it or anything like that?
Yes, we had one in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
That is dope. You got to celebrate yourself and your accomplishments. That is beautiful. So they can go to the website to get an autographed copy, or like you said, they can go to Amazon, or where's the other place?
Barnes &
Nobles to purchase a copy as well.
Yes.
100%, most definitely. Anything else outside of the film and the book that you have in the works currently that we need to know about?
No, that's pretty much what we're working on right now.
Yeah. Definitely. Yep. And we encourage everybody to go get a copy of this because, like I said, it's a beautiful book. Do you mind sharing what the price is for people to purchase?
It's $20.17 free. If you order it off the website, there's no shipping. It's free shipping.
Okay.
Yep, $20.17.
So what made you decide to make it that price? Because there's got to be a significance behind it.
No, the 17 is just that's just basic marketing. Odd numbers are just basic marketing.
Right. Just like if someone lists something for 99 cents versus if they list it for $1, you're going to sell more just because in our brain we're like, oh, it's under $1. I'm going to go ahead and buy that. 100%. I love that. So you had your whole marketing tactic behind it as well.
Yeah.
Which also, let me say, that price is extremely fair. That is extremely fair price. Like, especially to support your dream, your vision, your life. $20.17.
And for the game that is inside of it,
yes,
it's really
priceless.
Clearance.
It's priceless.
Yeah.
It is priceless. Wow. I'm so impressed, and I'm proud of you because you are a walking example of I can elevate from the environment that I was brought up in. You didn't use that as an excuse to wind up right now today in a bad situation. We all make mistakes. We're human beings, but you got through that. You persevered and you pushed through that. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate you. But again, I had to credit God and then my family.
Yes.
I don't come from a family of quitters. You know what I mean? We're go-getters. That's that guerrilla grind. Many may fall, but I fell a lot, but I've never laid there. You know what I mean? So I've been a go-getter my entire life.
I love that.
I don't lay down for nothing. I go get it.
Yes.
And that's just how I was raised. That's the way my uncles and my aunts. That's how we do.
Definitely.
We don't know anything else.
Man, it sounds like you came from an amazing family.
Yes. Yes,
and like you said, keeping God first in your life is the utmost importance.
Absolutely.
If you guys haven't accepted him in your life as your Lord and Savior, you need to go ahead and start looking into that because, we could have this conversation all day. It's life-changing.
Yes. And whatever lane you decide to go down in the religion.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Right. No,
it's
I
all
agree.
the same.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
It's the same message.
100%. It'd make the world a better place.
Yes.
We have to spread love and positivity no matter what our beliefs are because, like you said, some people have different religious beliefs. Some people have different political views. We'll say that because of the whole election. No matter what people's beliefs are, man, that shouldn't shun you or turn you against that person because you don't understand why they chose this. Just like what you chose may not be right for them and vice versa. We have to love on each other. The divide needs to stop.
Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely. It's just respecting each other's opinions and perspective.
That's facts.
That's all.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing that wisdom and everything that you've dropped because these are the type of conversations that I really enjoy having. People need to hear this stuff. Drop a life gem on us right now. You've been through a lot in your life, like you said, from coming up, having to be in the streets to being shot. Now you're a family man, you're an author, and so many other things. Sum it up and drop a gem on us.
I would just first and foremost put God first. Put your creator first. That's first and foremost. Then rid yourself of unnecessary vices. Anything that's not serving the outcome that you want, you got to get rid of it. Now, I'll use an example. My Uncle Shane, the one I tell you about. In the book, it'll tell you that when I was young, I came into the basement, me and my cousins, young. I forgot how old I was, but my uncles were down there smoking weed, drinking a little beer. And my uncle said, I'm going to talk like him. He said, hey, come here, hit this. So I came over there, and as I'm puckering up my lips, my Uncle Shane went across the top of my head. Bah! He said, hey, man, don't you ever do dope. I don't give a damn if I offer it to you. And then he took the weed and set it right next to the beer. It was sitting on the coffee table. I'll never forget this as a youngster. He said, hey, man, see that stuff over there? It can't come to you. You have to go get it. It don't have a brain. It don't have arms or legs. You got to go to that. And as a young cat, that open. I didn't smoke weed again until I was like 21, and it was short-lived. Yeah. Probably up to 24. Yeah. Now, I don't smoke weed or anything today. Yeah. Because it gets in the way of being productive and prosperity.
I agree.
So I'll say anything that's hindering you from getting to where you want to go, do away with it. Because you have the power. It can't come to you. You have to go get it. It doesn't have a brain. You have the brain. You have the power.
Yes, we have the power, and we have the power to control. Like I said, going back to what I said earlier, being proactive rather than reactive.
Right.
Be calculated. Think about your moves and how it can affect you and your family.
Yes.
I quit drinking alcohol back in 2017 just because I realized how toxic it can become because people get addicted to it. I never was, but it can lead to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like you said, we got the power. We have to go to it. It don't come to us. That's a great analogy.
That my Uncle Shane taught me that. And like I said, with the alcohol, it just, I make bad decisions with it.
No, I think we all can, you know.
Yeah.
It's
make terrible decisions with alcohol.
Not facts, because we get what do they call it? We get that liquid courage is what they call it. Definitely. Again, one more time, for people who want to purchase the book, tell us the outlets and your website where it's available.
Okay, you can get the author signed edition and stamped at the bookofboonce.com, and it's also available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Definitely. And Boonce is Boonce.
Yes.
So they are crystal clear where they can purchase it.
Yes.
Where can they follow you on your socials?
At Oakdale Boonce on all platforms. Oakdale Boonce, like you say, Boonce, Oakdale Boonce. You should be able to find me, or you can just Google it and it should lead you to me.
Googleable.
Yeah, Google.
I know that you have a lot of people in your life that has supported you along your journey, that love on you, that are loving on you. Who do you want to give thanks to and shout out to for supporting you through your journey of life?
Well, I like to shout out, may rest in peace, my grandmother and all my OGs, my uncles, my aunts, you know, my children, my wife, my family as a whole. My family. You know, I thank God Almighty for my family, my OGs, my uncles, my aunts, my grandmother, my mother, my father, you know, and then these extra bonuses that he blessed me with, you know what I mean, my wife and my children, you know what I mean? So for me to be sitting here and to mention them is a blessing. It's a miracle.
Yes.
I'm a miracle.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I could have easily ended up anywhere else.
That's facts.
But I'm here talking to you.
I love it. I love it. I got one last question for you. We are live. Where are we at, y'all?
Industry's most wanted.
Let us know. Let the whole world know what makes you the industry's most wanted.
Oakdale Boonce. I'm from Oakdale, the biggest block. Oakdale, Adams, and Evergreen. That makes me the industry most wanted. And I come from some real live OG thoroughbreds. So that makes me a thoroughbred.
I love that. Thank you for sharing your journey and your story. And everybody that's out there, please go grab you a copy of the book, preferably the autographed and stamped one.
Yes, get your stamped one.
Get you one. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's an honor.
No, this was honor for me.
Absolutely. We up out of here, y'all.
Peace.
Work might see your girl up in his bitch. Oakdale run the game. The fiends gon' run their shoes 24 hours, 7 days. The block consumed.